Yeah,
I want
like
to ruffle
your
his
spunk,
hair
kid.
and give him a candy.
You little scamp.
Here's a Werther's original.
Yeah, good job.
Oh yeah.
Storytime with Paul.
Gather around the blazing fire, kids.
I feel like I am.
Sorry. Pardon.
You turned into a Muppet for a second? Shit.
I did.
Sorry.
So I was having a bad day one night. And I was living with a couple of guys. We were all it was like that too. We were all sharing the rent in this little condo. And I was having a really bad week, actually. And I came home on Friday, and Saturday was my day off. And I managed to cop some really good pan. And I wanted nothing more. Now my roommates were part of the problem. They were driving me fucking nuts, right? Having to deal with their bullshit.
They were driving your nuts. Gotcha.
They were driving me nuts like Cody Weber drove you nuts.
Gotcha.
They were just loud.
That's hardcore.
I feel your pain.
I didn't even know you were into that kind of stuff.
You know what?
Yeah.
There was speculation about gay love between TJ and
All
Cody.
true. All true.
Definitely true.
It's gonna be all in my tell-all book. You gotta read it. Eternal undying love.
Just to give you an idea of the mental acuity of the guys that I'm talking about, one of them one time, we told him he needed to start trimming his balls, and he went upstairs with a pair of scissors and cut a hole in his nutsack so big.
What? Well, hold on. Pause the story. Pause the story.
You're lying.
No.
I'll tell this story.
being so
let me digress and tell that story.
Yes, please.
He comes home one night, and he comes home and he comes lumbering into the room, and we're all a bunch of us are sitting in the living room when he comes home, and we're all stoned and watching a movie or something. And he comes walking in, and he's got this shirt on, this like Abercrombie and Fitch shirt on that's like 3 sizes too small for him. And everybody's just staring at him as he walks in. And he walks in front. He walks in front of the TV and starts to go upstairs. And one of my friends, Sean, who was sitting on the TV, goes, "Hey there, tiny shirt." And everybody lost their shit. He was like, "What? Looks good." We're like, "No, dude, we can see your rolls and shit. It's not a good look." But anyway, that same night, we were talking to him, and he was like, he had a girlfriend. And he was like, so-and-so, I don't remember her name, so-and-so doesn't want to go down on me because she says it smells all the time.
Oh, my God. He had, like, swamp crotch or something.
Yeah. And I was like, well, dude, do you clean up your situation down there?
Your situation?
Your individual situation.
And he was like, what do you mean clean it up? I was like, do you shave your balls and your dick? Like, do you shave your pubes a little bit? Clean it up. He was like, no, man, that's for girls do that. And I was like, dude, no. You need to trim your pubes. You'll get blowjobs. And he was like, okay, well, I'll think about it. And I didn't see him do it, but he went into the kitchen and got the fucking kitchen scissors.
Oh, my God.
Went upstairs to the bathroom. About 10 minutes later, I shit you not, I hear... And I'm going, what the fuck is going on? I jump up off the couch. Everybody leaps up off the couch. And my friend, my roommate, comes running down the stairs with his pants off. And his cradling his balls in his hands. And he said, and I quote, "I cut my sack open."
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
And I said,
why?
"You did what?"
Why?
And he was like, "I was trying to trim my balls, and I cut my sack open." And I said, "What were you trimming with?" And he said, "The kitchen shears."
Oh, you're going to kill me. Stop. So, are you having sympathy pain?
So he had to go to the doctor and get a stitch put in his scrotum because he cut a diamond-shaped chunk of his nutsack open.
Oh, my God. I give up on life.
TJ's crying.
I give up on life.
How stupid can you be?
So that gives you an idea of the mental acuity that we're working with here.
So that was the story within a story, right?
Yes.
So
that was a little Paulsego story inception.
Storyception, yeah.
So I was sitting at home one night, and my 2 roommates had gone out for the night, and they were like, "We're probably gonna crash somewhere else. We'll see you tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was just like, "Yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow." But inside, I was rejoicing because I didn't want to be around these idiots. I didn't want one of them to cut their nut off in the middle of the night, and I have to drive them to the fucking hospital high. I wanted to get baked and sit at my computer and do nothing for like 8 hours. And so they leave. I do that. I get super baked. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching movies and YouTube or whatever the fuck I was doing. And about 1 a.m, they fucking stumble through the door. Drunk as skunks. Loud. And they have a chick with them. And they all just kind of stumble through the living room and they're like, "Hey, Paul, what's up?" Ooh, making all kinds of noise. And they all go upstairs together. And about literally 3 minutes later, there's an orgy going on upstairs, right above my head. And the chick that they had brought was a performer, not an actual sex performer, but she was like one of those chicks that had to show how good it feels all the time. So she's up there like, and I'm just downstairs hating my fucking life. So all of a sudden, there's this pound on the door like it's a cop. And I jump up and I'm looking around like, where's my fucking stash? I gotta put it away, fucking stash. And I get everything put away and I go to my door. Now I had one of those doors that has a peephole in it and a little glass like window above the peephole that you can kind of peek through. So I look through the peephole, I see nothing. I look above the door and I'm looking out and there's nobody there. I'm about to walk away and somebody goes again. And so I'm like, fuck. So I open the door a crack, and it's this guy I knew from high school. He was a Japanese kid, and his nickname was Yoshi. And he was about 5 feet tall and weighed about 280 pounds. He was a rotund, tiny little man. And I go, "Oh," and I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I was like, "Oh, Yosh, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long time." And he's like, "Where's she at?" Now, instantly, my mind is going, "Oh shit." I wanted to say, to be honest with you, I wanted to say she's upstairs getting fucked 2 ways and moaning real loud. But I remembered that he's dating this chick the last time I knew. And so I was like, "I don't know who you're talking about, man." And he's like, "She's here. I know. Their cars are here, and she left with them. She's here." And I was like, "Yoshi, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. But you need to go home because I don't appreciate you standing on my porch and talking shit like this." I was like, "You need to go home and sleep it off. You seem a little drunk." And he goes, "Fuck you, man." I slam the door in his face and I run upstairs. I open the door and I'm treated to my 2 roommates performing what they deemed the wobbly H on this chick. One of them is on his knees and fucking her mouth, and she's on her hands and knees, and the other one is fucking her ass. They call it the wobbly H. And so I open the door and I see this, and they don't even react. They're like, "Hey, what's up, Paul?" And I was like, and I was like, "Oh," and I started to look away, and he goes, "Hey, Paul, check it out, Eiffel Tower." And he puts his hands up. They put their hands up and give each other a high five over her body as they're fucking her. Yeah. So I'm like, "Guys, Yoshi's downstairs," and the dick comes out of her mouth immediately, and she's like, "Oh my god, are you fucking serious?" And I said, "Yes, he's downstairs. He's cop knocking my door and threatening to kill people." And then she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god." So she gets in the closet. I go back out to deal with Yoshi. He's still at the door cop knocking, screaming now. So I'm sure people in my neighborhood are going to be calling the cops soon. I let him in. I open the door. He bursts through my door, runs upstairs, and starts haranguing my friends, throws some big box of shit down the stairs, and leaves. I'm sorry, it's a very anticlimactic story, but it's pertinent, I think, because it's such a fucking thing living with people.
Right.
You always have to live waist deep in their shit, you know, and it's never a good thing. So that's it. That's my story for tonight, guys. I appreciate you having me as always.
Yoshi threw a box and was angry. I like to imagine Yoshi from Mario just doing all of that.
And coming out of an egg.
Coming out of the egg. Well, that's
Is Paul frozen?
No,
Am
he's
I
just
no, I'm
Oh, no,
I'm
there
sorry.
is.
Sorry, I was just stuck on this.
spaced out.
Yeah.
Hello.
Paul contemplates the nature of existence.
Did I
Whatever
say that?
whatever became of Yoshi, though, Paul? When was the last time you saw him?
The last time I saw Yoshi, this incident touched off a little war between Yoshi and me because I ended up being the one having to kick him out of the house, of course. Not the guys that were double teaming his girlfriend upstairs, but I get to deal with Yoshi. So I kicked him out and I told him to go the fuck home. And then I heard through the grapevine, and I was young, so I cared about shit like this back then. I wouldn't care now. But I heard through the grapevine that he was talking shit all over town about what a prick I was and what a son of a bitch I was. So I called him one night and I was like, Yoshi, if you keep running your fucking mouth, I'm going to punch you. And he's like, fuck you. And I was like, well, come down here then and say that shit to my face. And he did. I didn't end up punching him, but I did end up shoving him. And that was the last time I saw him. He turned around and walked away and never seen Yoshi again.
Wow, that's sad. I wonder what Yoshi's up to these days.
Who knows?
Probably dead of a heart attack.
Probably knocking on some other poor bastard's door.
Probably so.